Marco Bezzecchi was slated to start from the head of the field for the 2022 MotoGP Thai Grand Prix following his pole position run on Saturday afternoon, but things did not get off to a simple start. With a race start time of 3:55 local time and a total race length of 25 laps, the pit lane was supposed to open at 3:35 local time after about 45 minutes of waiting. Another delay was subsequently reported, but the warm-up lap still started at 3:55. Marco Bezzecchi arrived at the first corner, but he and Martin went wide, and Bagnaia came out on top. The only rider not on a Ducati in the top 7 at the end of the opening lap was Marc Marquez, who was in 5th. Marco was told to give up a spot by the end of lap for abusing the track limits at the exit of turn 1 on the previous lap. By the time Bezzecchi stepped aside, Jack Miller had passed Bagnaia and assumed the lead. Miguel Oliveira, who had been on the move, finished the third lap in 4th place and had recorded the race's quickest time. He was at the back of a quadrlate with a slight gap leading back to Marc Marquez after a lap on the back of Bagnaia. By the end of lap 5, Oliveira had dropped Bagnaia to the back of the quadrlate as the Portuguese driver kept pushing forward. On the lap 6th, Oliveira overtook Bezzecchi in turn 3, which allowed Bagnaia to overtake his countryman. Soon after, Marquez overtook the pole sitter as well. After lap 8, Oliveira made his initial contact with Miller, changing the lead for the first time, but the Australian retaliated. By the end of lap 9, Alex Marquez had moved up to 5th place and was beginning to catch up to Marquez for the 3rd spot behind them. The next significant maneuver was made by Johann Zarco, who started his attack from 6th place and produced the fastest lap on the race on lap 13. A lap later, Oliveira hit the front and took the lead for the first time in the race. Alex Espargaro was 11th after serving a lengthy lap penalty for hitting Brad Binder, while Fabio Quartararo was outside the points, appearing unconfident. This put Bagnaia in a solid position in terms of points. Before Marquez could overtake Bagnaia, Johann Zarco, who was pursuing his maiden MotoGP victory, overtook Marquez. However, he was able to overtake Bagnaia quickly enough, leaving Miller and Oliveira to battle it out for the victory with 2 circuits remaining. Miller could not get close enough to overtake Oliveira on the final lap. Thus, the Portuguese driver won the second rainy race of the year. Francisco Bagnaia, who collected 16 crucial World Championship points to reduce his gap to Fabio Quartararo by 2 points, finished ahead of Miller in 2nd place. Marc Marquez was holding off Johann Zarco in the 5th place, despite the latter giving up on the podium on the final lap. Enea Bastianini overtook Alex Marquez for 6th place on the final lap, and Maverick Vinales, who had a good final lap, beat him to 7th. Alex Espargaro placed 11th, George Martin completed in the top 10, while Marquez himself came in 8th.